Good morning, team. It is around 8:30 a.m. here on the West Coast. Just a quick video to get the day started today. Diamond Hands Derrick here. Listen, a couple things here we'll show you on Twitter at Diamond Hands D if you want to check me out there. I try to aggregate, and I follow a lot of people talking about Bitcoin. I try to aggregate that stuff down to the things that I think are most important to pay attention to. We're going to look at some live action in Bitcoin trading right now. Obviously, yesterday we had, let's just take a look. This is a 1 hour, and so we're just kind of looking for miniature moves. We have the best setup possible, which is coming to fruition here. And I talk about this for Bitcoin is, this sort of reverse head and shoulders pattern, which, has proven in recent weeks for sure to be a good indicator that Bitcoin, especially when this shoulder, the right shoulder, if you will, is higher than the left. That pattern right there is pretty powerful. It has been powerful, really powerful for Bitcoin recently here on the 1 hour chart as we're making another run at 60,000. Last time we didn't quite get to 59. Sellers came in and really poured it on at 59,000. It's just interesting to me how much they're trying to contain Bitcoin. They're letting the altcoins run. But I'm going to show you a couple things. Here's we're at 57,000, almost 300. We'll come back to this chart in just a second to talk about some of the huge things that have taken place so far here just in the last several hours overnight for me here on the West Coast in the United States. But getting through all the moving averages now, being above all of them again, it's a pretty strong move. It's all happened here pretty recently. These are very good looking candles, nothing crazy, not like one or two big candles, but nice, consistent, steady stream of demand for Bitcoin here in the 57,000 range. But let's look at some of the things that we talked about yesterday. So here's a few things. Site drives me nuts. So Yellen stuck her foot in her mouth a couple times yesterday, talking about raising interest rates potentially and things like that. She's the one who said it's needed. And the reason why this is important, and the reason why, I don't know if I tweeted this out or not, but I definitely talked about it in the video. Rates may have to rise. What that is she has no control of it. Remember, she's not the Fed chair. She's the Treasury Secretary this time around. So when she says rates may have to rise, what she's saying is wow, inflation is for real. We saw what Warren Buffett said, remember? So now we have Warren Buffett and the Treasury Secretary both confirming for us that inflation is much worse than what's been disclosed. This is great, I think, for people who own all sorts of cryptocurrencies. And we're going to look at Ethereum today, actually. Again, we're going to look at Cardano today, which I doubled my stake in Cardano yesterday. So I'll talk about that. Here's something also I want you to be well aware of. And the reason I point this out isn't because I'm trying to say you should follow Jim Cramer or listen to what he says or anything like that, but to prove that Wall Street is making moves. Okay? Because what did Cramer do? Remember what Cramer did? He said he sold half of his Bitcoin stake almost at the perfect top, right before the big selling started, to pay off a house, which is a stupid idea anyway. But that's what he claimed. He sold half. Now, if you follow Jim Cramer, you know how he trades. He never sells half. That's too much. He knew. Wall Street knows. The people who are in know. And this story is another one that proves it. Cramer says he owns a lot of Ether. It's tripled Bitcoin's 2021 gain. He owns a lot of Ether. Now, remember, Jim Cramer can't own stocks because of the deal with the SEC and his television show, but he can own cryptocurrency. This is actually very good, very bullish, because he's going to be talking more about cryptocurrency. As it becomes regulated, he'll be talking about it more on his show. He'll be talking about the ones that he likes. He'll be researching them. He'll be pumping them. Okay? So this is a good thing, but this is just me showing you what I already knew, which you may not have believed me. Wall Street knows what's happening, and the insiders, like Jim Cramer, know, and that's why he owns a lot of Ether, because he knew. Now he also bought a decent amount of Bitcoin, no doubt about it, but he sold his Bitcoin. He didn't sell his Ether. Sold his Bitcoin, hodled his Ether, which is exactly how it perfectly played out. Interesting. Here's some more proof. My buddy actually sent me this article. Okay, so I didn't even find this on my own. My buddy texts me this and he goes, "Hey, what do you think about this? You sure I should be in Bitcoin?" Let's look at the headline. Forget Bitcoin. Go. I mean, sell Bitcoin, buy anything else. That is what they are trying to feed to you. Do the opposite of what they tell you to do. Here are the crypto assets to follow. And then it goes on to tell you altcoins. And it starts talking about, oh, here's Bitcoin. Here's what altcoins are. Talks about Ethereum. Talks about Uniswap. There's other ones on there. This store, by the way, Yahoo Finance is owned by Verizon, right? But they just sold it. They just sold it. And I forget the firm they sold it to, but we're going to learn more about them. Either way, here you go. Boom. Forget Bitcoin. Here are the crypto assets to follow. Trying to tell you to get rid of your Bitcoin. Diamond hands, team. Diamond hands. Meanwhile, Dogecoin, which is a joke, literal joke, continues to rise. Almost 130 billion Doges out there, and I believe it's 10,000 per minute get mined, something like that. 10,000 Dogecoins per minute get mined. So you need more. You need people buying more than that to even move the price, and the price is moving like crazy. This is literally the casino. The thing that's scary about Dogecoin is that what it can do for regulators and how they can use it as an example. People are going to make fortunes and lose fortunes on this thing. I hope you're not one of the ones who's going to lose fortunes on it. Ethereum, still crushing it, 3,300. This doesn't look right. Oh, this is not updated. I think there we go. So because Ethereum is at 3,300, Bitcoin now over 57,000. Let's go take a look at a Bitcoin now. Look back at Bitcoin here. Okay. So we got our perfect reverse head and shoulders with the higher right shoulder. Use that momentum to cross through the 25 and the 50 day, and then the 100. Oh, sorry. Nope. Let's get this correct, guys. I don't know why Binance resets these things sometimes. I don't know if it's because I'm hitting something or if it just does it. Like, Binance, why do you want me looking at those particular indicators? What's the deal with that? So we use that momentum to catapult through these moving averages, including the 100. We busted through that now, and we're seeing some resistance at 57,500. So if we go back here and we just look at the most recent, let's just look at the Fibonacci here. Let's do a more of a midterm Fibonacci. You'll see here that this move already is super, super bullish. Because we've come through everything and kind of cut through it like a hot knife, to be honest with you. I mean, hot knife, retrace, whew, hot knife, retrace right back, whew, hot knife. Very well may retrace again. I mean, if you're looking to buy this move right here, you might be able to put an order in at like 56.7. Remember, we don't sell Bitcoin here. They don't sell your Bitcoin. They're going to try so hard. They are trying so hard right now to get you to sell your Bitcoin and go buy shit coins. They're desperate for you to do it. And the reason I'm going to look at Cardano today, I did double my stake in Cardano yesterday. There's just too many good things happening there, and it is also being suppressed similarly to Bitcoin. I believe you have to look at the opposite side of these manipulations and say, okay, if something's being suppressed, that means that whale money wants to buy it. If whale money wants to buy it, I want to buy it, right? That's kind of how I'm looking at that. I already own some Cardano, doubled it. Not a huge amount of anything by any means, but I would actually like to do the same thing with XRP. If we get a dip back in XRP, but always buying Bitcoin every time I see a chance, and this is probably a chance right here. Especially this moving average right here, which is the 100 day. If that, or 100 hour, sorry, this is the hourly chart. If the 100 period moving average and this converge right here, that I'm going to say would be a really nice setup to purchase, like pretty safe purchase opportunity. This comes down, moving average comes up, and you have this Fibonacci all right there at the same place, maybe an hour or two from now. If we get a retrace, boom, that'd be a great place to put in a buy order. If you're headed to work, this is how I like to buy Bitcoin and just accumulate it. Listen, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of time. It could be $500, it could be $1,000 at a time. Doesn't matter. Just accumulate it at good spots where it makes sense to purchase. There's been some great opportunities to buy in just the last 24 hours. Great opportunities to buy in the low 50s. And we just kind of have to realize now that what is happening with Bitcoin is it is stabilizing in the $50,000 to $60,000 range. That's what's happening. Look at where 60,000 is. Look at where 50,000 is. Okay. Here, we'll make it easier. Make it more visual. 60,000. 50,000. Okay. Look at how much action. This is a consolidation. This is a macro bull flag in a big way. You know, you rise up, then you have this consolidation that's taking place here in this range. And what it's doing is it's just renormalizing this market. When you see these kinds of moves higher and then you have lots of consolidation in a certain range, most of the time, the direction that the price was action was headed in is going to continue. So we're headed higher, we consolidate, then we're going to continue on heading higher. A lot of people are expecting parabolic moves. I actually don't want to see that. I like the stair step. I like the, higher high, higher high, higher high. Let's go make another higher high over here. Let's go hit 70,000 or even 68,000. Let's just go make another higher high. As long as you keep doing that, everything's great. And steadiness with Bitcoin is a good thing. Remember that a lot more people are going to be looking at the price of Bitcoin, and because things are going to be getting offered. You're going to see more offerings. There's an index that was created yesterday. Let's go to Twitter. So Diamond Hands Derrick here at Diamond Hands D. Here's a retweet from today. Bitcoin is coming to hundreds of U.S. banks this year, allowing customers to buy, hold, and sell Bitcoin, says Bitcoin custody firm NYDIG. Now, NYDIG was on CNBC and basically said, hey, we are actually working with the banks to be able to facilitate the purchase and custody of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, particularly Bitcoin is what they're working on. And this is great. Again, we're looking for adoption. Adoption is going to get us there. So more people having access to purchase, more institutions and sales organs having the opportunity to talk about it and to push it in front of people and to put it in front of people who may want to purchase it. Now imagine if you go to the bank and you're like, hey, we need an auto loan, and they're like, cool, all right, here's the application. Would you like to look at purchasing any cryptocurrency today? Here's the menu. You know what I mean? Like, and that's happening in, hundreds of thousands of branch locations every single day to millions of people who come in. It's just one of those things that it's a good thing. And although most of us hodlers would be like, hell with the bank. We're in this to say F the bank. We don't want the bank to have anyone. Forget the suits. Get them out of here. But for most plebs, this is a good thing. It's going to give them that comfort that, well, the bank is offering it. So, it must be safe. And that's what people are going to need. They're going to need to feel warm and fuzzy about it. So it's a good thing. We talked yesterday about sell, the whale trade is on, sell BTC and buy Ethereum. And I was just basically saying, hodl, don't fall for it. They're going to try to get you out of there. And then we talked that one, which we already looked at today. Longs got liquidated. Again, Wall Street is in play, and they know where everything is. That's the one thing about Bitcoin. They know. So if they smell a bunch of leveraged longs, so let's talk about what that means. If they smell a bunch of leveraged longs, meaning that people who are trading with leverage that are long, and they smell them all in an area, like let's say they see like, okay, hey, between here and here, there's a whole bunch of people would get stopped out if we just run it down. And so then that's what they do. They push it down far enough to start the cascading effect. However far that is, they have to push it down. Oh, if we push it down, all the stops of these longs are like right here. So if we just push it down to here, it'll blow the rest of them out. And then some people who aren't blown out yet, they'll start covering or whatever to get out, and then boom, we can move it again. So these kinds of things are going to be happening a lot more often. And so that's the reason why I'm retweeting stuff like that, because I want to remind you that, hey, leverage gets purged, and it's going to continue to get purged because Wall Street sees that as just easy money. So here's me talking again about the whale trade. This is actually a tremendous video. This one that I retweeted from Dennis Parker. This is Jack from Twitter explaining the banking red tape of Cash App on a global scale and how Bitcoin solves all those issues. I may have talked about that one yesterday too. I'm not sure. But that is definitely a video worth sharing, worth watching. It helps you understand what a solution Bitcoin is. We talk about it just as a store of value because of scarcity, because of security, because of the ultimate design of Bitcoin is to be deflationary. People ask me what, and I actually very well may be doing a national television interview here soon about this. Like basically just what is Bitcoin? Why are you so interested in it? What's so great about it? If you could design a currency or a stock or a something that you could invest in, you could design the perfect investment. What you would do is you would design it so that it couldn't just go up every day. It couldn't go up every day because that wouldn't make any sense. But you could design it so that the deck was stacked in your favor, such that like the casinos have the odds in their favor when you go into a casino. Now, the casinos may lose money on any given night or a given week or even a given month. It can happen. But over the long haul, the casino wins because the odds are stacked in its favor. So that's exactly what you would do with your perfect investment, your perfect currency, your perfect stock, whatever you want to call it. This is Bitcoin. The deck is stacked in your favor because of the supply, the limited supply, because of the security, because of the transparency, because of the lack of political involvement and interference, if you will, because of all these things, because of the nature of it, the way that it was created, and the fact that that cannot change, that means the deck is stacked in your favor. Team, there isn't another crypto that's like this. I don't know why there isn't, but there isn't. This is it. This is the apex asset, as Michael Saylor likes to say. This is the best. This is as good as it gets. And so it may not go up every day, but it's light. It's light. It's one of the first things I noticed when I started following Bitcoin. The reason I like to watch it trade because I get a feel for it. It's light. It doesn't have a heaviness to it. Even when it goes down, and it does, it goes down gracefully, and it returns to its lightness and the favor that it gets in that. And so the deck is stacked in your favor. If you buy Bitcoin and you hold Bitcoin, you are the casino. You're the house. You're the house. And that is the best possible position to be in. So as far as what to expect today, we've made it through some important resistance levels here. Bears will be looking for a head and shoulders right here, so some kind of return to 58.5 in that range would be a kind of a bigger, broader head and shoulders. If we can bust above 59,000, man, we can really do some things from there. But it's a heavy road, team. It's a heavy, heavy road. If we look at the daily, we're looking good today. I mean, so far, obviously, we're getting a lot of good action, but there's just headwinds, man. There's so much resistance, even at 58. There's tons of resistance at 59, tons of resistance at 60. Really, between 60 and 65, there's some room to run, but we've got a lot of headwinds to get through, prior to that. The good news is, here on the daily chart, we are breaking above all three of the moving averages again. So remember, we came back recently, touched that hunted on the daily, and it was great for us when that happened. Hit some resistance, there's some confusion here, like, hey, what's going on? What are we going to do with these moving averages? Burnt. Got moved. That was weakness that got sniffed out and got pushed. That's all that was. And then now the real market is in here and is rebounding Bitcoin. Let's see if we can hold on. Let's see if we can have a good day today. If we can close above 57,000 today, that'll be big because that'll keep us above these moving averages. Let's see if we can get there. It's going to be a long day. We got lots of time left, but let's see what happens. I have a good feeling about it. Obviously, I'm super, super bullish Bitcoin, long hodl. Someone asked me, when would you ever sell Bitcoin? Sure, I would. Yeah, I got diamond hands, but I would sell it if I wanted to cash out. But I promise you, I won't be doing that till it's worth at least $1 million. At least. I won't push the sell button until it's at $1 million. And even then, by then, who knows? I may be in a position at that point where I say, you know what, I am never going to sell. This is going to be generational wealth for my family. So, you know, we'll see. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay to sell if you've got a great opportunity. But what you don't want to do is buy Ethereum at 2,000 and sell it at 3,000. You know, now you're trading. What are you doing? You know, if you buy Ethereum at 2,000 and sell it at 200,000, then okay. You know, I get that. But lots of room to run. Lots of room to run. So speaking of, where's the old ETH? Take your time. Take your time. Some live action on Ether. And we're looking at the daily here. So you can see, you know, it's gotten a little out of control as far as getting away from the averages and so forth. But the pullback yesterday was one that should have been bought. I mean, you got it all the way down to 31, right? That was low 31.52. So that definitely should have been purchased if you're trying to accumulate any more Ether. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy more or not. I feel pretty good about what I've got, but I do think this is something you should own. Ethereum will go higher. This is going to be one of the most highly purchased stocks. So remember, when the ETFs come, there's going to be probably Bitcoin ETF. There's going to be Ethereum ETFs, which there already is, by the way, ETHE. You can buy that one if you have like an investment account or something and you want to buy Ethereum. This is the grayscale version. So it's the GBTC of Ethereum. It's just ETHE. And that's at $32. My goodness. I looked at that like a couple days. Was it even earlier this week? No, it was last week. Closed at 27. Goodness gracious. So, you know, this is another way that you can buy Ethereum if you want to through grayscale. If you want to accumulate Ethereum, you know, I think it makes sense, because what's going to happen is there's going to be like a Bitcoin ETF. There's going to be Ethereum ETF. There's going to be more individual crypto ETFs for any of them that they get to, you know, let's say a certain market cap. So, you know, the ETFers, they might say, okay, well, hey, Bitcoin for sure, it's got the market cap for it. Ethereum for sure, it's got the market cap for it. You know, maybe it's got to be, let's say, 100 billion minimum threshold or something like that. Okay, so the Binance coin, yeah, okay, it's close enough. We can make one for that. But it's going to need to be pretty big, right, in order for them to make an ETF around it. I think you'll see one for Bitcoin and Ethereum for sure. We'll see from there. Bitcoin for sure. Ethereum probably, since, you know, we already have the grayscale one, which is a trust, right? It's not the same as an ETF. The ETF would be better. But, you know, it's coming. That's coming. Also, what you're going to see is you're going to see ETFs baskets. And so there's going to be ETF like crypto, emerging crypto, which will be like new coins and stuff. And by the way, I'm very excited about that. When they make those, I'm going to pull the trigger. When they make those particular crypto baskets, it is going to be epic. Because what's going to happen, it's hard to keep track of all the ICOs and everything and what's what. If you have a manager who's working on that you can put money into, those things are going to do really, really well. Because if you think about it, a lot of these cryptos will start at a very, very small price, unlike IPOs with stocks, like Coinbase, for example, which can open up at $350 or $400, whatever it was. You know, these ICOs really start in the pennies. So if you can have a fund that's just buying those, and you can invest into that through as an ETF, that's going to be a great opportunity to sort of capture some of those newer cryptos that are going to be coming on board, because there's going to be a lot. You're still below the 9 daily. Sorry, Rob, I don't know what that means. Appreciate the comment, though. Okay, so they're going to buy all kinds of cryptos. This is my point. Wall Street isn't just going to buy Bitcoin. They're going to buy all kinds of stuff. There's going to be baskets for all sorts of different types of ETFs and different, you know, funds, mutual funds, all kinds of stuff. They're going to buy everything. And they very well may already be doing it. That could be what we're seeing right now. as you see a lot of altcoins doing extremely well. Look at Bitcoin Cash. What in the world is going on? Bitcoin Cash, you guys see this? Bitcoin Cash is at 1,300. It's up 35% today. Wow. Litecoin of 15%. That already had a big day yesterday. There's some crazy stuff. Stellar of 15%. Wow. Bitcoin Cash. I don't know. I don't know what to say. For those of you who don't know, Bitcoin Cash is basically just a copy paste of Bitcoin. So it's sort of the same thing, but it's just like a copy paste. It's a copy of it. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if this could be a sign, Bitcoin Cash being up this much, that there's just a ton of dumb money coming in. Who knows? This could be one of those things that just manifests itself. Like, wait a minute, that's Bitcoin and that's Bitcoin. I'll buy the cheaper one. Wow. Freaking crazy, man. So crazy times ahead. I'm going to get to it, team. Everybody have a fantastic day. Hope it's helpful. Just whatever you do, diamond hands. Don't let them get you out of these investments. If you've got any of the cryptos we've been talking about, which I forgot to look at the last one, we're going to look at it real quick. For those of you who are also Cardano holders, we're doing, it's up 7% today. This is, Cardano is everything that you would hope. If you're a good person, everything that you would hope for cryptography is happening with Cardano. So many good things happening. So many big things happening. This is one that is, in my opinion, most certainly going to get swooped up in the Wall Street crypto grab. Like, most certainly. Where did we first get to this level? Let me just go back here. And Cardano has been trading in a sideways range now for quite some time, like 2 months. All right, this is one of the biggest, most powerful bull flags you will ever see. You will be very hard pressed to find a better looking technical bullish macro signal. This is a daily chart, team. Like, this is really, really good. So I had a Cardano position that I put on somewhere back in here, I believe, somewhere in this range. And I just doubled it yesterday because this is just too good. The things that are actually happening with Cardano are incredible. By the way, the creator of Cardano has a YouTube channel, and he frequently posts videos where he just sits there and chats with you. He's super cool. Let me see if I can find him here. I don't know if he's posted something recently or not, but he's just like a tech guy. He tells you about all of the cool things that Cardano's doing, where they're investing money, and they're creating, Cardano is creating some blue ocean like research opportunities with cryptos, like some really, really, really cool stuff. They are doing so much good in the world while they're at it, and the technology is great. The protocol is legit. Everyone who is an expert in that field has said that. I haven't heard anyone who's been like, no, Cardano's garbage. No, it's legit, and it's $1 something. It's $1 something. Now, if we go over here, one thing to always look at is, what is the actual like coin allotment, right? So for ADA here, we're at almost 32 billion coins, and we're maybe 3/4 to all the coins. So think about that though, over time, look at 3, 4, 5 years from now, when this supply is going to get shocked, when Cardano is huge and everywhere and household name in crypto, and Wall Street is here. I mean, like, what do you think the price will be for Cardano? Like, try to put yourself into the future a little bit. Like, where do you think $1.38 is going to work for, the number 7 market cap? Look at XRP, $1.54. Do you think those things are going to hold? These have actual huge functional relevance, both XRP and Cardano. And they're the cheapest ones in the top 10. And The thing with XRP is there's so many more XRP. They're writing 45 billion XRP out there, and there's so many more to come. Like it could be 100 billion. So that's the one thing that's, limiting for XRP. But if it's going to end up being the global reserve currency, which a lot of people believe that it will be for the banking world, then that you're going to need that, because it's going to be a multi-trillion-dollar market cap. And you could see XRP being at least $10-15, at some point. That wouldn't be too crazy, would it? Cardano I see going much, much higher than that. So for me, it was a no-brainer. I doubled down on Cardano based on this huge bull flag. I really, really, really like the way it looks. Just macro, totally zoomed out. Like, don't care about the miniature price action. If it pulls back, which it could, if it pulls back to this 100-day right here, I will be buying more, significantly more. So I do have my eyes on it. I do have some alerts so that I can be notified in time to pull the trigger if that happens. That at the bottom, basically, of this block. So if that happens, I will be purchasing. If it continues to revisit the bottom of this block, I will be purchasing. If this block fails, I will be purchasing. The long-term possibilities for Cardano are just gigantic. So that's it for today, team. Hopefully it's helpful. Go out there, have an amazing day. Be smart about what you're doing. Don't let them shake your diamond hands. Don't let the suits turn your diamond hands into paper, lettuce, pansy hands. They're going to try. They're trying right now, and it ain't going to stop anytime soon. Stay strong, team. See you soon.